Hey everybody, welcome! My name is Kurt, aka the Vitruvian Gamer, and we're here with a new playthrough! Yes, we are going to play Nautilion, the latest game in the Oniverse series. So that means it's also a game designed by Shady Torby. And well, this time it's a game that uses dice. So the previous games, they used tiles, they used cards, and now we are also using dice. So let's go to the table and see how this solo game works. Now this is a solo game, but you can also play it with two players if you want. There are rules in the rule book for two players as well, but we of course are going to do a solo playthrough. Let's see. And this is how the table looks like at the beginning of the game in the basic variant game, because the game comes with 5 small expansions that you can put into the game. I'm going to play the base game for now. Maybe in a later episode or maybe in the future I will do videos of the expansions as well, if people want to see that. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this game. We are captain of the Nautilion, which is this submarine flying craft thingy, and well, it's an oniric submarine, and we must get to the abyss. That's this black tile here, and the abyss is the lair of the dark house. And of course also there is a phantom submarine, this bad ship, and that one is trying to get to our place, the Happy Isles. It's the last refuge of the marine and submarine life of the Oniverse. But we have not only to be faster than this phantom submarine, we also have to get crew in our submarine, and that's where this player board comes in. Now you have plenty of these player boards with different submarines. Also each shape of submarine comes with its own standee, which is pretty cool, so you can have many different things, but also its own difficulty. Now I already played board number letter A, which should be the easiest one, so I thought for this playthrough I would make it a little bit harder, and I will do letter B. Why am I saying number B? Well, because. Okay, so what else do we have? We have, let's see, we have one grimoire card. This is the grimoire card, and this is the card that gives us, well, tells us about 3 spells we can cast during the game. And we also have the dark house card, who is going to try to steal away our tokens here and make it harder. These are reserve tokens, and make it harder for us to cast spells, because we have to pay these tokens to cast spells. Now, as you can see, there are these tiles randomly divided through the board. Now I put them face down for now because I wanted them to be random. I'm going to flip them in a bit, and well, then we can slowly start the game, because we also have the dice ready. Well, these are dice with 2 1s, 2 0s, and let's see, a 4 and a 3. So it's a d6, but it just goes up to 4. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to turn around these tokens here, and then we can start playing Nautilion. And there we are set to go. Now, well, what is the goal of this game? We need to get to the abyss before this bad phantom Nautilion shippy will get to our Happy Isles. That's something we have to do, but we also have to get there with a full crew. So all these 9 spaces on the board have to be filled when we arrive at the abyss. Now, let me give you a closer look of the board. As you can see, each spot has a number. These numbers are also on all these tiles, which I put randomly on the board, but there are also connections there. Now, when we get a token here with a crew member on this board, the first one we can place anywhere we want, but the next one has to be next to the previous one with a connection of these orange reddish pipes. So that's important. We have to do it in a certain order. So there are a few ones that will be pretty hard to get. And that's a puzzle in this game, trying to get what we want in time. and stuff like that. So let's go and let's play this game before this video gets too long. Now, each round that you play consists of 5 phases, and the first phase is the currents. Very easy. The currents is that we are going to roll our 3 dice. So there we go, and we have a 1, a 1 and a 3 this time. Now we have to divide these dice. Now, but before we do this, we get the chance to cast a spell if we want. Now these spells, they cost reserve tokens, the ones that we have here, and let me show you which spells we could do. We could pay 1 reserve token to cast Repetitive Whirlwind, and then we can reroll all 3 dice. So we could now spend 1 token and reroll all them 3 dice. Well, I'm not going to do that now, but it's an option. We could also cast Artificial Tide, which turns 1 die of the value to the value of our choice. That could be very handy indeed. And we could also cast Aquatic Translation, and that makes us gives us the ability to switch or to swap the places of 2 tiles on the board. They don't have to be next to each other. We can just swap any 2 tiles, which might be handy if we already surpassed a number that we cannot get anymore on the track later. So that's something we could do now, and I'm not going to do that this first turn, I think. And then we go to the second phase, which is the plan. In the plan, we have to give 1 and only 1 die to the Dark House, to the Phantom, and to the Nautilion. So that means we have to divide these 3 dice here. We have a 1, a 1 and a 3. The first one we have to give is to the Dark House, which is this card here. And let me give you a closer look. This card shows you what it does. So if you give this card a die that is a 3 or a 4, we have to discard a token, one of our reserve tokens here. So we want, of course, to avoid that. So that's what we are going to try to do now in this turn. We are going to try to not give him a 3, I assume. Although we have to keep watching. The next thing we would do is we give the second die to the Phantom ship here, and when we give them a number, that's how many spaces he will advance on the track, and where he ends his movement, that's the token he is going to steal away. Now this can have certain effects, of course. He can steal a number that you really need, 1. You can make him go so fast that he will get to the Happy Isles way too fast before you can get to the Abyss with a full crew. So you have to keep him pretty slow as well. So that's pretty tough to beat. Now, if we already see, the first 2 tokens here are a number 1 token, and there are only 4 in the game. That means if I'm using the 3 to go faster, then I already skip 2 1s, and I might have to use spells later to get to that number 1 later on the board. But we'll see what happens. We are going to give a 1 die to the Dark House. We give a 1 to the Phantom. So we know there is a 9 out of the game already. Let me put this somewhere aside. And then we move a total of 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that gives us this token with a number 4. Now, before I place this, we have to look back a little bit. So I really need to think about this, what I'm doing. So was this a smart move? First of all, if I have the 4, I place it right over here, or I can choose not to place it as a crew member and turn it around and get another reserve token. But if I use a 4 and I look further on my track, I really need an 8 or a 9 as a crew member, and the first 9 is pretty far away. So was this the smartest move? Because if I took the 1 die, I could have taken a number 1 here, and that gives me 3 options, a 6, a 5 and a 2. I have a 2 right here, I have a 6 right here, which is pretty interesting, of course. So this is something I have to think about. So let's rewind a little bit. And just wanted to show you the thought process in this game. So what would it be smarter to do something else? First of all, how much do I value our reserve tokens at this moment? I don't know shit. In the beginning of the game, it's not too important because you have lots of choices, but that's hard. So, maybe I should take some risk and make the Nautilion go faster now for the first turn. Yeah, let's do that. So we give the 1 to the Dark House, but this time we give the 3 to the Phantom, and he, instead of a 9, he steals the number 8. And we take a 1 ourselves, meaning our ship will go 1 further, and we take this crew member here. And if you already played some Omniverse games, you might recognize the art style, and we place it in our Nautilion. Okay, so that's a round. That's one complete round. So we take the dice again, and then we roll them. There we go, a 2, a 3, and a 4, which are pretty high numbers, and sometimes higher numbers are not the best thing in this game. So what did we want to get? We wanted to get a 2, a 6, or a 5. Now the 2 is 3 spaces far away, so that might be an interesting one to keep for ourselves. Now I don't really want to give a 4 to the Nautilion, the Phantom ship, because he is going really fast. A 3 and a 4, that's 7 spaces already, which is very, very fast. So I think I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to give the 4 to the Dark House, which means we have to discard one of our reserve tokens, which is never good to do, but we'll see how it turns out in the end. And then we give the 2 to the Phantom ship. He moves 2 spaces, and we remove the 7 here. So another 7 out of the game. And then we take the 3 and we move 3 spaces, giving us a 2 numbered 2 crew member, which we can place on our ship, which is pretty cool. Now we have 2 crew members, we have 7 to go, and for now we can use a 6 or a 5. There is a 6 pretty close nearby, so we hope to get that one next round, but it always depends on the dice. Wow, this is also a high roll, and I don't like that at all. Yeah, this is way too high. We would lose a reserve token. The Phantom ship would move very, very fast. I think I'm going to spend a token, so that means I'm already through 2 tokens, and that allows me to do the repetitive whirlwind and re-roll the 3 dice. Alright, so this time we rolled much lower, a 1, a 1, and a 2. Now, I'm going to give the 1 to the Dark House, so we don't have to discard a token. I'm giving the other one to the Phantom ship, which moves 1 and takes this 5 token. And then we going to sail 2 spaces, 1, 2, and that gives us this number 6, which we are allowed to place in our ship. And now it is harder because we need a 5. This is the only one we can still place, is a 5. The next 5 here is on the right side, so is 6 spaces ahead of us. So we're going to try to take some more reserve tokens on our way there without losing too much speed. We want to do it fast enough because we will still want to be sooner there than the Phantom ship. So let's roll them bones again. Wow, this is a bad roll again. A 1, a 4, and a 4. Wow, okay. I really don't want to make the ship go that fast. 4 is really, really fast. Yeah, all right. So I think I will give the 4 to the Dark House. So we have to remove. How will I always have to remove. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So that's one gone. I'm going to give the 1 to the Phantom ship. He removes a 9 token, and I'm going to move top speed of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 gives me a 9, but as you know, I cannot place the 9 here. Whoops, let me see. Because there is not a connection to a previous crew member, so I have to take this as a new reserve token, and that might help me later. Next one. You see, this game plays really fast, fast rounds, fast turns. Let's see, a 1, a 2, and a 2. I like those numbers. Sometimes it's cool to have at least 1, 3, or 4, but for our own ship, but this time we don't really need it because we are very happy with a 2. So we are going to give the other 2 to the Dark House. We're going to give the 1 to the Phantom ship, who takes a 7. Now that's the second 7 that's out of the game, so we have to keep that in mind because we also already surpassed the 7. So there should be only 1 still there somewhere on our way to the Abyss. So things are getting harder to get. And then we have another 2 die, and we're going to use that for ourselves. 1, 2. And that gives us the crew member numero 5, which we are allowed to place. And now we have some more options again. We can have a 3, an 8, or a 7. Now we know the 7 is far away still, although we can still cast spells to switch and swap tiles and stuff like that. So anyway, so we are going to look ahead on the track. So we know here is an 8 and here's a 3. We can use them both. There's also an 8 here and a 3 here as well. So we have quite some chances. But one thing else that we have to keep in mind, we already surpassed 1, 9. So there are only 1, 2 left, I think, on the track. Where's the second one? We're already only 3 9s. There's 1 gone, 1 here. Oh, I did not even notice that. There are only 3 9s in the game. So this one we should get, or we have to swap again. So the 9 is also pretty tough to get. We have to get there. That's a difficult spot also. All right, we'll see what happens. First, we'll try to focus on the 5, no, on the 8 or the 7 or the 3. Let's see. There we go. We have a 2, and a 4, which is not too bad, although it's not great either, because, oh man, if we give the 4 to the Phantom ship, it goes really fast. That's bad. If we give the 2 to the Phantom ship, he takes a 7, which is a third 7 in the game. That means the only 7 left is right over there. We will have to switch that one, meaning that we have to use the little number of reserve tokens that we have. And I don't want to do that. So I think I will let him go fast this time. Yeah, so I'm going to give a 2 to the Dark House. I'm going to give the big 4 to the Phantom ship. 1, 2, 3, 4. He removes the 6, and that's not too bad because we already have a 6 here. Bad thing is he is going really fast this turn. Then we have a 2 for ourselves. We're going to sail 2, 1, 2. That means we take this 5 token here, which we already have. So we turn it around and it gives us another reserve token, which we probably will use later. So that's an important one, I'm pretty sure. All right, 1, 2, 2 is the next roll. So, let's see. Yeah. If I take the 1, I take the 8 that I can place here, which is pretty cool to have since the 4 is already here. But then we have to give the Phantom ship a 2. But I think I will do that. I think I will give 2 to the Dark House. I give 2 to the Phantom ship. 1, 2. So he removes a 2, which we already have. So it's not too bad for us. And then we take the 1 ourselves, meaning we go slower than the Phantom ship, but also meaning that we have this 8 crew member and we can place it here. And now we can take all 4 remaining numbers. We can place them all. We have connections to each and every one of them. So that's pretty cool. So let's hope that we can manage to do that. All right, 2, 3, 3, which are pretty high numbers again, which I don't like again, but hey. So where is that number 3 or 4? So we could use a 3 to get a 4 here. And then hopefully we get a 1 later after that one, but we have to go slow to get that. So that's pretty sad. Let's see. We could also start the swapping thing. Maybe. No, I think I'm going to wait with the swaps. Problem is I'm starting to realize that the Phantom ship is going really fast now. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to give the 2 to the Dark House. We don't have to remove a token. Then we have 1, 2, 3 for the Phantom ship. Removing another 6. And then we are going to move 3 ourselves. 1, 2, 3. This gives us our much needed 4. Now the thing I did now is if I roll a 1, I cannot give it to the... Well, I could. There's another 3 here. Okay, so things are still okay. Let's hope they stay that way. All right. Oh, I don't like high numbers. I could keep the 3 for my... Ah, yeah, I'm going to do this, I think. Although, no, the Phantom moves first. Oh, this is not good. If I give the 1 to the Phantom, he takes his token and my road to the 3 will get shorter. So if I use the 3 then I'm going to the number 8. That's not what I want. Oh man, so I think it's time. I'm going to use one of my tokens here. Yeah, and I'm going to reroll. I'm going to cast another repetitive whirlwind. All right, 2, 2, 4. Which is not that great either. Oh my. This is not all too good. All right, let's see. This is bad. Okay, so I'm going to give, oh man, I'm going to give the 4 to the Dark House, which means we have to discard one of the reserve tokens. I'm going to give 2 to the 2 to the Ghost ship, the Phantom ship. He removes a number 8. So we just passed each other. And then I take a 2 and I'm going 1, 2. I'm taking this 1 here. I cannot place it, but it gives me a new token. This might be an important one. Okay, I need a 1 next turn. I need that number 3 token. Oh man, and then after that I still need, oh man, I still need that number 9, which is on the at the end, and I still need the number 7, which we passed, so which I have to switch. Wow, let's see what happens here. 1, 3, 3. Ah, that's not great either again. Oh man. This is bad. Wow, things are not looking good for me. I need that 1 to get the 3, but with the 3, he goes fast, and I have to lose one of my tokens, which I need to get the number 7 still in my ship. Oh, there's a 7 here still. I forgot about that. All right, let's take the chance. I'm going to give the 3 to the Dark House, remove one of my reserve tokens. I'm going to give a 3 to the ship, the Phantom ship. 2, 3. Oh, he's getting dangerously close. He takes a 9. Oh, which also means there's only 1 9 on the board left, which is that one here. Oh god, and I've got the 1 that gives me 1 and gives me a number 3 token here. We need 2 more crew members. Oh, let's go. Oh my god. All right, 1, 1, 2, which is low, which is not too bad. I think low numbers at this moment in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the 2 to the Dark House. I give the 1 to the Phantom ship, who steals away this 3, and he's getting really close to the end, people. Oh my god. And I take a 1 as well. Whoops, and there goes my ship. And I'll have a second one of the reserve tokens. Let's do this. Come on, I believe we can do this. Come on. 1, 1, 4. Oh, which is too fast. Although 1, 2, 3, 4. This now it's time. Yeah, it's time to cast a spell. I'm going to pay 2, my last 2 reserve tokens. Woohoo. And I'm going to swap. I'm going to swap this 5 with this number 7. So there we go, they're swapped. Then I'm going to give the number 1 to the Dark House, a number 1 to the Phantom Ship, who steals away this number 4 token. And then I'm going to sail 4 spaces myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, giving me that 7. All right. Okay, I don't have any reserve tokens left. I have to move 2 spaces to get to that 9, and the Phantom Ship cannot go too fast. Now, one thing I haven't told you yet. Wow, look at that. That's also very funny. If I have to give a 3 or 4 to the Dark House, there are no reserve tokens that I can give away. Then, people, I have to remove one of my crew members. So this is an important rule I didn't mention yet. All right, let's see. Let's go. 1, 2, and 3. So it leaves us with a lot of options. Okay, this is going to be a close one, folks. I really need that 2, for sure. So I'm going to give the 1 to the Dark House. I have not to remove any of my crew members. I'm going to give the 3, the highest number, to the Phantom Ship. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's that. He steals a 4, and I'm going to sail to myself. 1, 2. So I'm right in front of the Abyss, right in front of winning this game. But next round, we have a Dark House that has to get a low number. We have a Phantom Ship that I cannot have. Let me go a little bit higher on the screen. That cannot have a 2, because then he reaches Happy Isles before I move. So I need 2 1s. And, well, I need a 1 for sure for the Phantom Ship. I need a 1 or a 2 for the Dark House. And the third die doesn't matter. But that's what I need. I need at least 2 1s or a 1 and a 2. If I don't have those, then we lose. So it all comes down to these final 3 dice. This die roll will make or break this game for me this time. Let's see. Crap. Oh, crap. Oh my god, I was so close, people. I have no tokens to cast a spell to reroll. I have to give a die to the Dark House, and then I have to give the die to the Phantom Ship first. Which means the bad guys have reached the Happy Isles. And that means that I lost this game. Ouch. This is painful, but this also shows you how balanced, how close this game is. This is a really exciting game. So, folks, this was Nautilion for you, the base game. Now, it might be that I do another playthrough with the expansions later, who knows. I hope you liked this playthrough. It is a really fun game. I think I still prefer Oniverse in the end, but I think this is my second favorite one, because the dice are really fun to do. I really love dice rolling and dice placement, so that's something this has for going for it very much for me. This puts it in second place before Castellion and before Sylvian, which I did not really like because it's a tower defense game and I'm not a big fan of tower defense. But this one is really fun, really tight, so that's very exciting. There are many other boards that I can play, which make it a little bit harder even. This game has a much longevity, or some word in English. So I'm really happy with this one, and I hope you now know how this game works as well, to see if this might be something for you. And maybe, who knows, in the future you will see the expansions that are included in the box as well. Okay folks, thank you for watching. Now don't forget, if you like this video, give this a thumbs up if you want, always appreciate it. Feel free to share this video with friends that you might think will like this. If you are not subscribed yet, feel free to push that subscribe button and become part of this great community on this channel. And besides that, visit me on Twitter at Vitruvian Gamer, send me an email, vitruviangamer@gmail.com, or just put stuff in the comments if I made mistakes or if you probably made better decisions while I was doing some things wrong. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you all later in the future in the Omniverse. Bye bye.